the sun so bright. Corey's got the map, Paul's holding tight. Dale Farm's calling where the grass runs free, but shh, keep it down, that's the key. Motorhome Mondays, let's keep it cool. Laugh and whisper, follow the rule. Live streams on, but keep it low. Shh. Campsite rules. You know how it goes. Boaty's parked by the quiet zone. Curry's giggling, Paul's on his phone. Marshmallows roasting, stars in view. But don't get too loud or we're through. Motorhome Mondays, let's keep it cool. Laugh and whisper, follow the rules. Live streams on, but keep it low. Shh. Campsite rules. You know how it goes. The moons are light, the breeze our song. Quiet as shadows we hum along. Corey and Paul, the night's alive, but shh, keep it soft to survive. Motorhome Mondays, let's keep it cool. Laugh and whisper, follow the rule. Live streams on, but keep it low. Shh. Campsite rules. You know how it goes.
Well, I say, that was rather catchy, wasn't it? That was rather catchy indeed. An ode to HMP Dale Farm, courtesy, of course, of the lovely Curry. Good evening, darlings, and a very warm welcome to Tuesday Night Live. With me and my inner scrotum, my beautiful bugs, Boaty's old geezers and gals, and you don't need to be old to be a bug. We accept all ages. Yes, the wonderful Boaty's World community. We are gathered together once again, darlings, dearly beloved. We are gathered here together. And I read to you now from the Book of Wonder, which says, a boy was born in Hottown, Mississippi, surrounded by 4 walls that were not pretty. His parents, that's 2 peoples, and so on and so forth. Good old inflationary language. Yes, we are here to wave away Tuesday and to welcome in Wednesday. Hump day, of course, middle of the working week as was, and notably, half-day closing in my home village of Glynneath. And we're going to be doing so in the company of our permanent and perennial pals, matching pair of his and hers highly powered hedgehogs of truth. We have got, everybody's getting, sorry, live stream tickle. Everybody's getting a bit of action tonight. We are joined by 2-Ton Ted, the tenting tin. Tickle ahoy for 2-Ton Ted. We are joined by the Netty Petty Pisspot, tickle ahead for the Netty Petty Pitch Spot. And of course, we've got Sean's box, which is due at the very least, a double pounding, as obviously Sean's box had a rest last night, got no action at all. So that's all exciting. We have got some things to open, one of which is almost certainly pants, and the other could be, well, quite a lot of pants, but we'll find out later on. And last but by no means least, we have got the community portable electronic telephonic device, upon which you could, some would argue should, and I hope jolly well will, leave a voice note for the delectation and delight of your fellow inmates of HMP Boaty's World. And all that's left for me to do now is to dive into your comments, which, let's face it, are the meat and potatoes. I never plan this. I always have to think of something to say on the bloody hoof, which are the meat and potatoes of this fillet of fish. Fillet of fish, is that even still a thing? What about the hula burger? What about the hula burger? That all started, that all started in America when whichever religion it was, or still is, can't eat meat on a Friday. So, and, McDonald's in the very early days, they were getting their sales on Fridays. So they invented something called the hula burger, which was a grilled pineapple ring on a bun with pickles and sauce. And it wasn't very successful. So they replaced the hula burger with the fillet of fish, and that was a lot more successful. Anyway, the point is, I need to get to your comments to see who is with us tonight, what you've got to say for yourselves, yeah, that's it, really, what you got to say for yourselves. Any specific subjects tonight? Well, we always need to know what you've been eating. Other than that, anything goes. Sit on my lap, we'll talk about the first thing that comes up. But I'm not going to do any of that until I've had a well-deserved, and it is well-deserved. The restaurant was busy tonight, amazingly so for a Tuesday. A well-deserved goodly slurp, that Rose is dead, and the others aren't far behind, goodly slurp of my lovely wine. So, I'm going to do that right. I'm looking forward to this. Cheers, darlings, your very good health. Bottoms up, if you're lucky, lads. Up yours, if you're not careful. Careful, ladies. Don't be taken unawares. Keep your hand on your halfpennies. That's my advice. And above all, to each and every one of you, with optimism and positivity dribbling from my lower lip, and authenticity, integrity, and something else. No, nothing's coming to mind. Just authenticity and integrity oozing out of my back bottom. Get stuffed. Here we go. How much have I been looking forward to that? And that's a rhetorical question. Right, I'm going to scroll back as far as I can in the comments and professionally, with a dash of style and charisma, greet you individually. Oh yeah, I'm like that. I'm like that. At the drop of a hat, I will greet you individually. I mean, I probably won't really greet you, to be fair. I'll just acknowledge that you're here. Because every second that I spend rambling away like this, the comments will be disappearing off the screen, because live streams have become very busy. And that is wonderful. That is a joy. So, if you are watching this, you are watching Tuesday Night Live with me, Boaty, and the Boaty's World community, and you are very welcome. And if you are new to the community, then don't be frightened to say hello. We're not cliquey, we're a very welcoming bunch. Stick your head above the water, you will be made most welcome. Now, joining us tonight in no particular order of merit, height, appearance, or bra size, we have the lovely Corrie, Colin 1890, the fabulous Tonic, Sir Nigel Mansell, the emotional support duck, Quack, Peter P all the way from Finland, Justice for the LPA who needs love and affection. We have got the emotional support duck, Quack, And, oh God. Right, okay. Richard, the lovely Richard, Paulie Galtieri. Gotta be me. That is the one and only Sherry. And it was so lovely to hear your voice the other night. Kegon One is with us. Barry Scrutter, good evening to you. Thank you for that comment that you left. I really enjoyed reading that. Kay Camper, the fabulous Ange. How are you, my lovely? Who else have we got? Oh, what's happened there? Oh, got stuck then. Carl Tockpick? Carlio. Christ. It's too small. Well, actually, it's not. The light is too bad. I can read it in daylight. Where's my thing? Right, there it is. I mean, I could just turn the big light on. And then I can read it. But it doesn't look as good with the big light on, does it? So we'll turn it back off. Oh, and one of the bulbs is gone. Well, I'm not going to bother to replace that. I'm going to be out of it in a few weeks, aren't I? Carl Lockpick. Carl, that'll do. Good evening, Carl. Thank you for joining us. Cairgon's having coffee, working the night shift. Carl saying hello to everybody. Nigel's here, 00 Garage. Carly had a meltdown today and fell over, possibly not in that order, possibly in the reverse order. The fabulous Mark Passad is with us. A very good evening to you. The lovely Simone is here. How fabulous is that? Josh is here, all the way from New York. So you're not a million miles away from our Sherry, are you, Josh? Goodness gracious me, the American contingent are rocking all over the shop. Stew, the lovely 69 Fouquet, who I met with other people on Sunday, and it was fabulous. Days gone by, a very good evening to you. How many knickers in that, asked you? I'm dreading it. I am dreading it. Sherry says, I wish Boaty all the luck in the world, but I must go and charge my phone now, and it's in a room where I can't relax. So when I saw Where Sleeps in Netty, I really don't know. I couldn't do it. Oh, I bet you could. I manage it. Sherry baby. Do they have mobile homes in England? Sometimes they're called manufactured homes here, and people don't usually move them around, but they can be very, very nice. Can you purchase them with a mortgage? No, I don't think you can, Sherry. Yes, we do have them. We refer to them as park homes or static caravans, depending on the exact type. Steve McDonald, a very good evening to you. Justice for the LPA says, not sleeping in the coffin tonight, Boatster. Good evening all. No, sadly, I'm not in Netty. Oh, Niska is with us. A very good evening to you. Emma Lemon of the eponymous YouTube, Emma Lemon. I had the most fabulous night last night and the best night's sleep and the best morning this morning. And I had the best brunch and it was all just joyful and wonderful. I'm sorry you didn't get a video today, but there was no way I could make it happen. Not after the Wi-Fi turning out to be pants. I need to do something about that. If somebody can tell me what the hell I can do to have a reliable, fast internet service when I'm away, then please help me out. Poppy's Travels, a very good evening. Oh, food news from Collins. Sweet and sour king prawns with garlic rice. Excellent. Oh, is Hubnut selling the Invercar? Hubnut selling Tuck. A snippet. How much? 5 grand. You're having a laugh. The voice note has been deposited by Simone. I'm determined to catch up. Steve McDonald, dinner was pork medallions with a stout and barbecue sauce, veggie rice and oven roasted sweet pepper, red chili and mushrooms. Rafa says joins us and says evening, folks. Good evening to you. Wrinkles 55, hello. Oh, it won't be the same without the Invercar, will it? Not that it really matters. I don't watch it anymore. Bless him. Jimmy Quinn, a very good evening to you. Come on, let's get through these. I can catch up and then we can relax. I know everybody's saying Starlink. It's so expensive. Colin's got a lovely long drive to Devon to look forward to. I'm jealous. I would love a long drive down to Devon. I've not been to a Devon for ages. Oh, thank Christ for that. I've caught up. Yeah, I've not been to Devon for a long, long time. Used to live there, of course. And I would love to go back down. See Simone, catch up with my old mate Fran. Oh, go to Babacoom, Odicombe Bay. All of those good things. Go back to the village where I used to live. That'd be nice. Might bump into Lisa. I don't think she'd be incredibly happy about that, but there we are. There we are. Hedgehog of Truth question from Emma Lemon of the eponymous YouTube Emma Lemon. Where have you not lived? Millions of places. I've got a Q&A question about this. I've not lived in that many places. I've lived in Wales, here, Birmingham, Worcestershire, Devon, in the UK. In Europe, I've lived in France, Belgium, Italy, Cyprus. And other than that, I've lived in North Africa, America, Ukraine. That's about it. Yeah, that's about it. Not that many places. I mean, bear in mind, I'm very old. I didn't forget Ukraine. Oh, I didn't put it in Europe, admittedly. Rick, good evening to you. Looking sharp with a fresh trim. Yeah, exactly. I said it at the end. I didn't put it in Europe because it didn't feel very European when I was there. And if you're interested in seeing me in Ukraine, then go onto my Facebook page. There are pictures there, darlings. There are pictures there. Beautiful place. Christopher, very good evening to you. Yeah, I've been about a little bit. But not all that much. Been around the world tonight. I can't find my baby. Right. We have got some voice notes, darlings. Is that? Hang on, how many have we got? Is that? Yeah, that's a new one, isn't it?
Hello there, Boaty.
Hello.
Paying that box if you're rudely awoken by the dustman in Netty.
Oh,
you absolute wanker.
It's the dustman again. Simone's got a thing about the dustman, and now they're in Netty. I'm not having that. I'm not having the bloody perverted dustman in Netty. No. Isn't Netty looking fabulous now? I tell you what, after the live stream last night, I turned the Netty neon sign around so that it was facing outside again. And I left it on all night and all this morning. And every person I saw who walked past turned their head and looked. It's going to make Netty even more famous than she is already. I got the wine hiccups now. Right. Oh, God. Let's do some pounding. First up, 2-ton Ted the Tentington, who obviously gets ravaged on a regular basis, but he's not going to be completely empty anymore because, bosh. Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to be showing you. In it goes. Boom. Next up, the Netty Petty Piss Part getting a Mr. Tickle. 3, 2, 1. In it pops. Boom. And last but by no means least, Sean's box. And I'm going to do this by sliding it across because it's too... I mean, I can lift it just... Right, here we go. Let's see how these go. We've got to be getting close. 1 box, £1. Oh, stuck. I will stand up. Look. Look. Stuck. You see it? Standing proud. And it drops. Next one. 3, 2, 1. Stuck again, look. Stuck again. Still stuck. And it's done. There we go. Thank you, Simone. Who was next?
I just want to say what a fantastic opportunity that's on the horizon for Boaty. He's going to be the new CEO of the Trump Sherpa's Lodge Hotel and Golf Resort in the beautiful Peak District of Derbyshire.
Yes.
I'm in talks with Derbyshire County Council, with my large consortium of fantastic people and investors, and we're really going to put the Peak District on the map. It's just going to be fantastic. So, Boaty, look forward to seeing you in the new year, and we're going to get this thing done. God bless. Take care.
And God bless you, Mr. President, sir. And thank you for your support. I cannot wait for the Sherpa's Lodge to be part of your, quite rightly, magnificently sprawling business empire. Oh, that's good news. I tell you what, when you've got the Donald on your side, how far wrong can you go, really?
I was wondering why Frisbee was getting bigger, bigger and bigger. Then it hit me. Thought I would just throw in a Corrie's bad joke of the day. Can't starve you of them entirely, can I? I know I did send in music, but I know how much you love Corrie's bad jokes of the day. Also, while I'm here, pound that box. Jump up and down like a pair of horse drawers and pound that box.
I will. I will. Every pound is a pound closer to filling this bloody thing up. Right, here we go. Another pound. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that is well stuck. Have a look at that. Have a look at that. Look, properly stuck. Oh, but it went quite easily. Never mind. It's promising. We are getting there. Right, let's have a look at the old comment, shall us? I can't read that out, Steve McDonald. Boaty, what's the best car you have had? Oh, this is another Q&A question, although that was slightly different because that was what was my favourite car. The best car that I've had, well, the best car I've had for its time would have to be a Lexus LS400 because at the time that it was released, the Lexus LS400 was the best car in the world, bar none. It was better than any Rolls Royce. It was better than any Bentley. It was better than any Mercedes. Lexus, or Luxury Export to the United States, a trading branch name of Toyota, of course. Lexus was set up simply to make the best cars in the world. And obviously their initial model was the LS400, and the lengths that they went to were ridiculous. They they spent 6 months tweaking the sound of the door shutting. It was mad. but they did it. They created the best car in the world. Totally reliable, powerful, almost silent 4-litre V8. Every creature comfort that you could wish for. Quite muscular and aggressive styling. Yeah. Yeah, I think the original LS400 would be the best car I've ever had. Was it my favorite? No, not by a long shot, but that's a Q&A question. Although, you know, my favorite, I haven't decided what my favorite car that I've owned is. There were a few candidates off the top of my head. Lamborghini Espada Series 3, Bristol Beaufighter, Ferrari 355, Lincoln Continental Mark IV, no, it was a Mark V, sorry, Bill Blass Limited Edition, Toyota Previa, actually, throw that one in out of the, well, actually, Toyota Previa stroke Estima stroke Lucida. And there will be others. I haven't begun to think about that question yet, but the best one, LS400, that stood head and shoulders when it was first produced, and that would have been 89, 90, something around there. Anyway, I had one, took it I took it on some road trips, took it to San Sebastian. Just a fantastic thing. And of course, I had various Lexus after that. I've had IS, I've had RX, I've had GS, and I didn't like any of the facelifts of the LS though. I didn't like the facelift 400. I certainly didn't like the 430, or in terms of looks, they were better, you know, they were improved cars, but I didn't like the aesthetics of them. Whereas the original LS400, I thought had an incredible presence. I remember taking Sir Arnold to San Sebastian, and I did that road trip with the artist formerly known as Mrs. Boaty and the mothership, my mother. Normally, Mum would go in the back and Mags would be in the passenger seat up front with me. The situation reversed. Maggie claimed the back seat in the LS because it had a wine bar in the central armrest. There were a couple of wine glasses and wine in the central armrest in the back. And Mags thought that was absolutely great. So she would anticipate our luncheon by pouring a glass or three of wine for herself. She had a great time in the back of that bloody Lexus. She really did, bless her. Oh, and talking about the Q&As, somebody kindly reminded me that I was going to do them in the daily diaries. And so I answered the first one tonight on the way to work. And it was... It was a question split into 3 parts. How long is it since you were divorced? What were the reasons behind the divorce? And the third part was, would you consider marrying again, or are you just looking for a partner stroke girlfriend? So in today's drivel, you get a full and complete answer to that. Jonathan says, Boaty, you have just said cheers to good health, but do you ever worry about the health implications of drinking every night? No, I would worry very deeply about the health implications of not drinking every night, because I don't think that would be healthy at all. Certainly not for me. My body, you have to be in control of your body. Now, I'm an ex-professional athlete. I know my body intimately. I trained and taught my body to go through things that most human beings could not do, could never do. I taught it to endure pain, and then I taught it to enjoy pain. And your body is a tool that you have to be master of. You have to have strength of mind. And I use that strength of mind to instruct my body to run at its most efficiently on the correct mixture of alcohol and blood. And I was successful in doing that. And if I allow too much blood to get into my alcohol system, my body kind of, it's trying to run a petrol car from freezing cold without choke or without your AED, automatic enrichment device. So I am fully aware that I would not be able to function properly without the correct amount of alcoholic beverage poured down my little red lane on a nightly basis. Now, each to their own. Everybody is different. But do I worry about the health implications? Do I ask? Do I bloody ask? I've got other health implications to worry about. I don't need to worry about a glass of wine at night or several glasses of wine at night. Bloody hell. You're a long time dead. Worry about all that kind of thing then. I'm just draining the dregs of various bottles that are lying around just to prove my point, really. God, imagine facing life completely sober. Oh. I think you need a healthy relationship with old Dr. Booze. And I would be the first to admit that my relationship with him was, at times, was unhealthy. But again, strength of mind, you got to control it. I don't trust anybody who never drinks. I can't entirely trust them, because you think, why? Why? Do you... are you terrified? Are you not able to control it? Or are you frightened of letting your hair down and becoming a tiny little bit disinhibited? I don't know. I just, a little of what you fancy does you good. Everything in moderation is okay. Too much booze is a terrible thing. Drunks are boring. Drunks are boring and alcoholics are tiresome. But people who enjoy a bit of a swally and a laugh, yeah, great. All for it. Hedgehog of Truth question from JB3. Who said you could sing and why did you believe them? Initially, my music teacher at school told me I could sing and made me sing. And I was a boy soprano. Then my voice broke, believe it or not. And then my music teacher told me that I couldn't sing anymore. And I believed her about that as well. And I didn't sing for about 10, 11 years. And then you all know the story. I got dragged along to a karaoke. That led to another karaoke, I entered the talent competition by accident, started training my voice a little bit, won a national talent competition, won a lot, went on the amateur talent competition and won most of them that I entered, got picked up by an agent, got picked up by a studio, and then made a hell of a lot of money. So that was it really. I mean, honestly, if you can earn, if somebody's willing to pay you several £1,000s to stand on stage for 90 minutes and sing, you don't question, can I actually sing? You just think, yeah, thank you. Get me some beers. That's several £1,000s. I'll enjoy those. I can spend those in casinos. Anyway, right, where were we? Where did we get to in the diddly do? Yatta yatta. You're talking about chopper bicycles. Bloody hell. Oh, you got to go wild for the Donald. Why wouldn't you? Oh, a Rochdale Asian Food and Drink Festival coming up. That sounds interesting. Excuse me. Matchmakers, a very good evening to you. Sean's box is like a 2p machine in the arcade. Will it drop? Will it drop? Oh, you mean the Tuppeny Falls? Oh yeah, we all loved the Tuppeny Falls, didn't we? Me and the M11. Well, me really with the M11 filming me. Spent about 20 minutes on the Tuppeny Falls on Llandudno Pier because I was chasing my lucky 10p and I got it, and it hasn't let me down yet. My favourite car is a Mustang, says Curry. Curry. I never knew that Lexus stood for anything, says Josh. Well, you do now. I had an LS400, says Steve McDonald. Beautiful V8 engine, absolutely. Mark Passad says, I would have loved to have owned a LS400. They were belting. Boaty, who makes the wood for Lexus vehicles? Asked Richard. Now, are you genuinely asking me that? Or are you trying to catch me out because you think I don't know? Either way, I can tell you that the wood for Lexus vehicles is made by Yamaha. You didn't think I knew that, did you? You were trying to catch me out, weren't you? And you didn't, because I knew. It's made by Yamaha. I've crushed plenty of those Lexuses over the years, says Stephen S. Paul, all the way from America. So I guess I've crushed the best cars in the world. Absolutely. My favourite car that I owned, says Mark Prasad, was a Jaguar XJ40 Sovereign 4 litre. My XJ40 was one of the worst cars that I've ever owned. I hated it. God, it was dreadful. I've owned so many Jaguars, so many. And the XJ40 was an absolute heap of crap. It looked like a shitty version of the XJ6 or XJ12 or XJC or whatever you want. Oh, they were just crap. The XJ40 only had one thing going for it. It only had one thing going for it over its predecessors, and that was the XJ40 introduced the Randall handle. And I do love a Randall handle. And if you're wondering what that is, it's the J-gate selector on the automatic gearbox, introduced on XJ40. Known in the trade as the Randall handle because it was designed by one William Randall. And the J-gate gearbox is a thing of beauty. Everything else on the XJ40 was shit. I'm sorry, but it was. Terrible car. Exactly, Richard. Mark, Boaty doesn't appreciate a good XJ40. There's no such thing as a good XJ40. I saw that Hugh Jackman is playing Boaty in an upcoming movie called Song Sung Blue. Ooh. Yeah. Right, no idea what you're talking about there, but we won't worry about it. Bath time messages and stuff like that. One of my favourite cars was a 79 Camaro Z28 manual. I never had one of those. But I like them in theory. Raven, good evening to you. I can let my hair down and be disinhibited without drink, says Emma. Well, and goes on to say, drinking doesn't suit me. I'm far happier without. But you don't know what you're missing. You had a really bad experience with booze, and it's put you off for life. You've never experienced the joy of drinking a fine wine with a fine meal, and it is a joy. All you knew was that when you were really young, you got absolutely shit-faced on something awful, and you thought, well, I'm never doing that again, which is fair enough. But there's a big difference between getting shit-faced and ill on something awful and supping a fine wine with an amazing meal. Honestly, I mean, on Sunday, I had some beautiful, really good Chatsworth reared roast beef. And I had a tiny glass of Pinot Grigio, about that much. I wasn't going to. Melanie made me do it. Honestly, we were standing at the bar. She genuinely made me do it. And it added to the experience. Now, I'm not suggesting that everybody should throw an entire bottle of wine down the necks before they go to bed, but don't underestimate the joys of a really, really good wine with an amazing dinner. You need to normalize the relationship with alcohol. We spoke about this the other night, and I've always been very European, as I've told you. When I was married with kids, there was always wine on the table. I lived in France, I lived in Italy. They have a much healthier relationship with alcohol. Their kids don't have alcoholic problems. They tend not to have alcoholic problems, certainly not the way that people in the UK do, because they normalize the relationship with alcohol and they appreciate good wine. They appreciate respecting the fact that alcohol is a mind-changing substance, if you want to put it that way. But it's also a delight, and I enjoy everything about it. I enjoy the luxury of having the privilege to taste an amazing wine. We were talking about this on Sunday at the meet, because somebody at the meet was far more expert than I. They were a professional wine merchant. And yeah, I mean, it's a luxury in life. Same as eating at a Michelin-starred restaurant, same as driving a Ferrari or a Bentley or visiting a really expensive prostitute. It's a luxury in life that not all get to enjoy. And if it's available to you, you should enjoy it. Plus, I enjoy the relaxation and disinhibition of a moderate quantity. I would hate the idea of trying to wind down and relax from a busy and stressful life without the help of a little glass of something or other. Yes, it can be abused. Yes, it can become a negative. But like anything else in life, it has to be treated with respect. Right, let's whiz through. I love beer, cocktails, ouzo, raki, and numerous other alcoholic beverages, usually to excess. Well, good for you, Steve McDonald, if that's what floats your boat. Tuppeny Falls, play the each way shuffle. Thank you, Pop57. Yes, I know you know, says Richard. Okay. Has anyone ever met anyone famous? Asks Colin. Clever Boaty, a wealth of info, says Poppy's Travels. Don't know about that. I'm wondering what Emma and Boaty would sound like doing a duet on the karaoke, says Colin. I met Ronnie the Rocket in a restaurant, says Poppy's Travels, but the rest is shh. So, Boaty, says Pete Yeader, why are you in the money pit of doom? Nigel met Jimmy Nail and worked with him as well as the cast of the bill while he was working with them. My XJ40s were more reliable than the Mercs and BMWs. Oh, okay. Simone's off to her pit. I'm going to catch up with the comments again. I'm going to get to the end. Exactly, Richard. What is your ex-wife's opinion of your drinking, Boaty? Asks Raven. My ex-wife's opinion of my drinking. I think she would be jealous. I think she would be jealous of my drinking at the moment. She was a drinker, a healthy drinker, but a drinker. She was Irish. What do you expect? Mags loved a bottle of red wine or two, and she had no problem with letting the hair down and letting rip. That was our standard thing. When the artist formerly known as Mrs. Boaty and I went to a nice restaurant, then we would order a bottle of red for her and a bottle of white for me. Yeah. She never had a problem. She never had a problem with my drinking. And I never had a problem with hers most of the time. When I was a teenager, I got drunk on Diamond White Cider and Watney's Party 7. Yeah, there's, as somebody else pointed out, there's all the difference in the world between drinking to get shit-faced and drinking because you're drinking a fine wine or an amazing single malt or whatever. There's a difference, yeah. There's a difference between just drinking to get shit-faced and drinking for the sheer appreciation of what you're drinking or drinking in a social situation where it all ends up just making everything more wonderful. Look, if drink is a problem for any of you, good on you for avoiding it. But you know, for many people, it's not a problem. I know for many it is. I know that for many it is, but for many people it just isn't. And let them get on with it. Each to their own. You know, other people take drugs, overeat, do whatever. I'm never going to cock a snook at somebody who has a glass of nice wine. you know. Sorry to hear that, JB3. Good for you, Colin. I don't like wine. If I drink, which is rare, it'll be neat whiskey. Fair enough. Here's a good truth question from Richard. How did you operate your Randall handle while driving? Well, depends how I'm driving. I mean, the thing with any automatic, really, same as with the Randall handle, you've got the option, haven't you? You can just put it in waft and enjoy it and just waft along in a relaxed style. Or if you're in something with more sporty overtones, you can jiggle with the doings. And in various Jags that I've had with the Randall handle, I rather enjoyed jiggling with the doings. And I recall with great clarity that there was much pleasure to be had from dropping down from drive down to 4 or 3, depending on the box, and then throwing it across the J down to second, flooring it. I mean, in theory, you could achieve the same just by using the kickdown button underneath the accelerator, but I liked the malleability of the Randall handle. I used to love. I'm glad you reminded me of this. I used to love taking it down. I can remember doing it down and then across, and it was across into 2, wasn't it? If I remember correctly. And then you red line it in 2, bang, over to 3, red line it, bang, up. Oh, I love that. I absolutely love that. I do love the Randall handle. A part of me still really wants a 3-litre X-Type estate with a Randall handle. I spent about 2 months looking for one of those. When was that? Oh, a couple of years ago? A few years ago, I can't remember. But I would greatly welcome a Randall handle back into my life. I love the J-Gate. I mean, I've owned, I don't know, hundreds of Jaguars. And I've always had a love-hate experience with Jags. I've talked about it before. I've had the lot. I've had E-types. I had an XK140, had a D-type. God knows how many XJSs, millions. Well, lots. XJ12, XJC, XJ12C. Had all of the E-types, had the original V12, had the 3.6, had one of the last of the line 4 litres that I sold, partly to pay for my wedding. Oh God, it was a beautiful one. Probably one of the nicest Jags I ever owned. I've had newer ones. I've had S-types. I've had X-types. God, I can't even remember all of them. Oh, that bloody XJ40, sodding awful thing. Oh, I had that really nice. Oh, I had a few of them. They were these model code 308, weren't they? I loved those. I had some really nice ones of those. They were nice cars. They were really nice cars. I had the 308 XJR, the supercharged one. That was a monster. When I told you the other night, I told you when I was dating that ballerina, I had the supercharged 308 then. Oh, that was a cracking thing. God. I bet you I've never told you. My first date, I've never told you this. I've never told you this. This is brand new information. And you know, be grateful to wine, because it's only what through wine, I'm telling you this. My first date with the ballerina who has to remain secret, it was in Moseley Village, believe it or not. I was in that 308 model code, supercharged Jaguar XJR. We were in a really bohemian boho, like money. I remember this like it was yesterday. First date, and she was like, and you got to remember that, you know, I'm not what I was. I wasn't then what I am now. I was a catch then. And she was saying, I can't believe one of the wags hasn't got their claws into you. And I didn't know what a wag was. I didn't know what a wag was. And she had to explain it. And then she was all just, oh, you know, you're, she doubted my intentions. She thought, as many women have thought over the years, that I was a bit of a playboy type. Bernard thought that. That's why Bernard resisted my advances for so long. She was convinced that I was just an absolute playboy type. But yeah, back to that. Oh, that night in Moseley Village, and this is true. I promise you, this is true. So I'm on a date. We're in this pretty amazing place. I'm with this extraordinary woman, and she was extraordinary, but she was like, she might have been super famous, but she was very down to earth, at least in her private life, and certainly when it came to dating. And she wasn't going to be taken for a ride. And I'm saying, come on, let's go on to here, you know, had a meal, whatever. And I'm saying, let's go on to this and that. And no. And in the end, I swear this is true. This happened. I remember it. We're sitting in this really bohemian restaurant, and she's doubting my intentions and this, that, and the other. I gave her there and then my mother's telephone number, and I said, right, if you really want to know who I am, this is my mother's number. Ring her, tell her you're on a date with me, and tell her you want to know the truth. And she did. She did. One of the, I've never done that before or since, but it was a great move. Because there was no way that anything was going to happen further than the meal. It was going to be finish the meal, exchange pleasantries, and that would have been that for that night. Continue chatting, and maybe there would have been another date. Thanks to me handing out my mother's telephone number and a conversation taking place, then said famous ballerina, oh God, if any of you want to do some detective work, she's still my Facebook friend. It won't, I'm not going to tell you, but you could easily work it out. She's no longer a world famous ballerina, and not the same name now because she's happily married, but not the same, certainly not the same name that you would know, and not the same name as when I met her. Well, not on, she might professionally have the same name, I don't know. But she ended up in that supercharged Jaguar, and the night continued, whereas it wouldn't have otherwise. Oh God, I really enjoyed remembering that. So thank you for jerking my memory. That was a memory. Oh God, I'd forgotten all about that. Bloody hell. Oh, that was a good night, that was. That was a good night. And here's another first. I've never told you this before either. I had been trying to marry the artist formerly known as Mrs. Boaty for quite a while, and she would never do it. She would never do it, despite the fact that we were, you know, long-term relationship and all of that. She'd been married before once, didn't go well, and she would never get married. And we eventually split up for good, as I told you quite recently. We split up for good, and I was dating this ballerina. Mags came down to clear her bits out from the work flat. She knew who I was dating, and then boom, suddenly we got married. So it all works out, doesn't it? It all works out quite nicely. And said ballerina is incredibly happily married as well. So don't things work out well in the end? But yeah, that night in Moseley, I'd forgotten all about that. And that Jaguar with the Randall handle. Bloody hell. And my mum, bless her. I'm going to give myself a bit of, I reckon, in hindsight, I haven't thought about this for, I don't know, 20 years, something like that. But I reckon that was a stroke of genius on my part. How many other people on a really hot date have given out their mother's telephone number and said, ring my mum and ask her what I'm really like? She knows me better than anybody in the world. You ring her up and ask her what I'm really like. Because, yeah, she thought I was this, that, the other. And she was, you know, God knows she wasn't entirely wrong. But my mum told her what I was really like. And there you go. I wonder if anybody else has ever done that. Or is that just a me thing? I promise you on the kids' life, that is 100% true story. I gave my mum's number there in the restaurant. Thank God for mobile phones. Oh, bless her. Oh, I've really enjoyed remembering that. Sorry if it was boring for you lot, and sorry if I've ignored the comments, but I really enjoyed remembering that. JB71, good evening to you. Christ, look at the time. Right, we need to open some stuff and start off. Oh, come off it, Stephen S. Paul. You didn't crush a bloody Facile Vega. Please tell me you didn't. Jesus Christ. Oh, bloody hell, Jonathan. Dear me. Oh, sorry to hear about that. Open the parcel, says Poppy's Travels. I will do very shortly. Emotional support duck, quack. Right, let's whisk through. Oh, God. Oh, I'm not that far behind. Okay, right. Let's do some opening. What's top tier membership perk, Emma? Boaty's cleverer than most. I don't know about that. I'm just, yeah, I definitely don't know about that. I'm just me. And look at how I've ended up. If I'm cleverer than most, then God help most, because I'm about to become homeless and living in a shop doorway, or netty, which is kind of going to be fabulous in it. Right, let's do some opening, and then I'm knackered. I am knackered. The video will tell a lot of stories. I had a great night last night, a great day, great morning this morning. My mind is a bit clearer about things going forward. Now is not really the time to talk about it. But, oh, and tonight had a meeting with Bish. We'll have to catch up on this tomorrow or another day. Right then, darlings, this is going to be pants. Got a little heart there, look. A little heart. How sweet is that? Yes, it's pants. Let's have a look. Oh, that's nice. Nice little card there. With love. Oh, thank you. And oh, hello. Oh, these are different. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how I've ended up reviewing pants. It's not like I know what I'm talking about, but thongy to the rear, allowing a clear glimpse of the cheeks of joy. Size 14. Reasonable frontage. Aesthetically quite pleasing. Nice detail. I don't know what I'm fucking talking about here. For Christ's sake. It's a nice pair of pants. And thank you very much to whoever sent them to me. With love and with a hearty thing. Where's the hearty thing gone? Oh, there was a hearty thing there. Look. Oh, anyway, it's there somewhere. But there you are. Another pair of pants for the collection. Oh, anybody coming on the live stream now, they're going to wonder what the bloody hell they've come across. Oh, here's the heart. Down here, look. There it is. Hashtag pants to Boaty. Emma, you've got a lot to answer for. Oh, hello. What's this? Oh, Corrie has sent some virtual pants, and sod the pants, just send the woman wearing them, have her washed, send her around here. Oh, maybe not tonight. Tomorrow morning about 9:30. Thanks so much. Right, let's open this. I don't know what I'm going to do with all those bloody panties. I've got no idea. I think I'm just going to attach them to the side of NETTY. Oh, God, what have we got here? Oh, hell's teeth. Okay. Right, what's going on here? Not a clue. Oh. Oh, there are many things in here. Oh, there are many things in here. God, this live stream is going to go on until about 2 a.m. I don't know what my garbage man or dustman thinks. Oh, yeah, no, please don't send sex toys. They have done me no favors in the past. Okay, what have we got here? What's this? What's this? Oh, it's an apron, I think. Yeah, it's an apron. Oh, look at this. Look at this. It's an apron. Oh, this is going straight in Netty. Can you see? It's a Netty. Keep it simple. In the right colour. In the blue. Oh, that is bloody brilliant. Look at that. Oh, that is fabulous. Seriously, how good is that? I have got a cooking apron in Netty, but it's just a generic one, and it can sod off because that is going in with the neon sign and all of that. Netty is going to be bloody amazing. I have got some updates on my thoughts for the future and plans and fears and stuff that I'm starting to get a bit terrified of. I had a wobble. What day is it? Tuesday. I had a real wobble yesterday. I talked about it in the video, a real wobble. It's a bit of a precarious situation, and yet it's kind of all positive. But there are wobbles, and there will be more wobbles along the way. How could there not be when, you know, it's easy to forget that. Something kicked in to remind me yesterday, hence the wobble. Mustard rang me. He's not been kind of in the loop. He's a busy boy. He's homeschooling now and whatnot. And he just rang me as a dear, dear friend to just catch up because he was about a week out of the loop. And I'm kind of trying to explain the possibilities. And the only thing he grabbed on was that he said, so the best case scenario is you're going to be living in Netty. And I thought, shit, yeah. And I had a real wobble. Yesterday kind of started badly. I had a massive wobble. Don't panic. It all ended up okay. You'll see from the video or videos. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to put out a Monday and Tuesday separate video or roll them both into one. I'll decide that tomorrow. What have we got here? Oh, what's this? Okay. I think this is a cushion cover. I'm sure this is a cushion cover, and I think it is bloody fabulous. Somebody has done something amazing here, really thoughtful, because, right, cushion cover, we'll get a cushion put in that. Talbot. Netty is a Talbot. And look, the right colours, the perfect colours. And it has to be said, really, really nice quality. Oh, that is beautiful. I will be even more appreciative of this tomorrow. It's kind of quite late, but, oh, come on. Okay, you can't feel it, but that is just gorgeous. And I bet somebody might have had to have that made. Nobody's going to sell a cushion cover with Talbot, surely, and in the right colours. Somebody's gone to a lot of effort here, and that is fabulous. Netty just gets better day on day, week on week. Oh, right, here we go. Talbot again. Oh, this will be good for bad hair days. Oh, that's a bit small. You can adjust it, fortunately. I've got a big head. There we go. with Talbot on there. That'll keep the sun off in the summer. And then this is going to be brilliant for the winter. This is immediately, I put a video out there at the beginning of this year when I did, I was chasing Triggs and I did Mam Tour. And I got an enraged voice message. Where's your hat and gloves, man? I didn't know what I was doing then. I still don't. And I climbed Mam Tour in the middle of winter. Didn't have a hat on, didn't have any gloves. I don't have a hat. I don't have gloves. But I've got a hat now. Look. It's another Netty thing. It's another Talbot. Somebody's gone to an incredible amount of thought and effort here. Thank you so much. And what have we got here? What's this? Oh God, it's another fluffy, fleecy, warmy throw type thing, I think. Oh my life, look at the size of this. Oh, wow. Oh, upside down. Okay. Again, in all of the correct colors. Talbot. There you go. Oh, how fantastic is that? How fantastic is that? So with a cushion and another throw. At the moment, Netty has got 3 cushions in there. So now she's going to have 4. I'll get a cushion inner thing for that amazing cushion cover. And that means she's got 2 cushions either side. And now she's got a throw in there. Thank you, Ange. And now she's got another one for the other side of the table. So if I were ever able to somehow drug or hypnotize somebody into spending time in Netty with me, we're each going to have 2 cushions and a throw and a selection of hats. And I've got an apron for when I make us a bacon sandwich in the morning. How incredible is that? At this point, I'll try and find out. I've got no idea who sent these. Let me have a look at the packaging, see if there's any clue. I don't think there's anything in there with a note. No. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Those are incredible additions to Netty, which means thank you for incredible additions to my new home because, yeah, spoiler alert if you weren't aware, I'm doing van life. Who thought that would ever happen? Blimey. Right, time to start saying your good nights. Let's have a look at the comments. Oh, I'm sure Helen the hairdresser is terrified of me. Oh, yes. Oh, people are loving this. It will protect the tinkle. Netty is becoming quite the celeb. Honestly, with that, with the neon sign thing, honestly, she turned so many heads this morning at the site. I think Netty could succeed where I haven't and become a little bit of an icon. I really do, especially with all of the, honestly, thank you so much. There's there's clearly been, that has not, these things have not been bought off the shelf. Same with Ange and the sign thing. Oh, the white box. Oh God, yeah, I completely missed this, didn't I? Thank you, Emma. Oh, hold on, let me. Right, yes. I might need a kniffer for this. Oh, some skizzers. That'll do it. Is this going to be a mug? I'm guessing mug. But I can't wait to see what it is. Bloody difficult to get into. What a God above. Hard work. Oh, what? Ah, finally. It is a mug. Handmade with love. Right, I knew all of this had to be specially ordered. This, you're not going to get Talbot merchandise off the shelf. Not like that. Not in the right colours. So somebody, and I've got a feeling, Steve, it's you, isn't it? Is there anything on the... Finally, the mug. Talbot. There you go. I think I know who this might be from, but it's awfully late at night, and I'll just confirm that before I properly thank them tomorrow. But I'm kind of a bit... Bless you. It was Steve. It's official. Steve McDonald. Steve, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Helping to make Nettie a little bit more homely. God, she's going to be my home. I'm going to be living in Nettie. These are amazing. I love these. I mean, that's going to be genuinely useful because it's going to get cold in winter. I adore the cushion cover. That is, oh, let's get it the right way. Oh, and it's double-sided. And it feels so nice. The apron, that's a genius idea. There is genuinely an apron in Nettie behind my dressing gown, but that's going to be updated. And I've got pants. Let's not forget the pants, darlings. I've got quite the selection of pants, haven't I? I might start cross-dressing just for a bit of fun. Just for a bit of fun. That would cause a bit of kerfuffle on a seasonal pitch, on a caravan and motorhome club campsite. Cross-dressing before 11 a.m. or after 9 p.m. Steve, bless you, mate. I've got no idea how much trouble you must have gone to do this. And the same with Ange. God knows how much trouble she had to go to make that sign that turned so many heads yesterday. And I haven't shown them to you yet, but Stu came up with some fabulous things that are really going to play a part in the videos next year. So I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful. There will be a video or possibly 2 videos coming out tomorrow where I express a lot more gratitude. It's a mad time at the moment. It's kind of weird. I'm kind of all over the place. And I don't know if I'm scared or excited. I think I'm both. And it's all a little bit surreal, and things are happening and you guys are making things happen, and it's all kind of a bit overwhelming. And yeah, nothing's really, well, not everything is sinking in probably in the way that it should. It might take a while, but what I do know is that this last week, 10 days, whatever it's been, would have been unthinkable if it weren't for you lot. And it's not just that you've kind of sent company, sympathy, empathy, whatever. You've made me think about the whole thing totally differently. And I'm not despondent. I'm excited about the possibilities. And I just have to thank you all so much for that, for your time, for your thoughts, for your comments, for your efforts, for your gifts. Get emotional now. I doubt that you will ever truly, fully understand just how much all of this means, how much of a difference it makes to me. It's night and day. And before I start crying at you, I am going to sod off. God, I've had about 26 minutes of BAT. Quick flick through the comments. Captain Talbot. Captain Talbot. All right. Right, I'm going to what time is it? Yeah, I'm going to start off, darlings. I need to grab something to eat and to get to sleep. Tomorrow is going to be a nothing day. I'm going to be totally wiped out tomorrow, but I'm going to try and get up at a decent time because I need to get those videos out. Just because you were all excited about Lickpenny, and I was excited about it, and I want to share it with you. And it was amazing, and I want you to see it. So I've got to get those done tomorrow. I've got to, absolutely got to. And that's what all of tomorrow is going to be dedicated to. There will be a time when I pause and eat a pie and some fresh green beans that were reduced because they've got a short date, and possibly a little bit of gravy, maybe 1 or 2 baby potatoes. But tomorrow's going to be all about videos, and God, I've got to make a video tomorrow. That's just going to be a driving to work. I've got no time. I'll have no time to do anything else. But I will do another Q&A question driving to work tomorrow night. Okay, right. Oh, thank you all so much. A massive thank you to Steve. Thank you to everyone who's done anything or sent nice thoughts or whatever. Thank you all for being there. Thank you for being you. Thank you for just making the biggest difference. Let me wish you all a safe and peaceful night and a good day ahead. May it bring you joy. May it bring you pleasure. At the very least, may it please be manageable. The candle will be relit tomorrow night. Wednesday night live, same time, same place, 11 o'clock here at Windy Bum. In the meantime, all the love in the world from me. Can't wait to see you next time. And on that note, Peugeot, and indeed, oh yes, gosh. Thanks, darling. Good night.